Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is Carl Savino. I'm with Corporate Gray, and I will be giving you an abridged version of our training in preparation for the May 20th virtual military-friendly job fair. I want to ensure that I give you this information so that you can make the most of the event. For starters, from an overview perspective, we will be using two websites are involved. One is Corporate Grand Line, the other is eCareer Fairs. At this point, I'm assuming that you created a Corporate Grand Line account and registered for the May 20th job fair. We then took you over to register on the eCareer Fairs platform. The reason being is that eCareer Fairs is the virtual job fair platform that we will be using for this event. It's important to note that your password on Corporate Gray is most likely different than your password on eCareer Fairs. The benefit to you of registering on both platforms is really twofold. First, your resume is accessible to the company recruiters, both on Corporate Gray as well as on eCareer Fairs. Please note that the company's access to your resume on Corporate Gray is indefinite, i.e. it does not end. Their access to your resume on eCareer Fairs is for 1 month following the job fair. A second benefit of being on both platforms is your ability to search the jobs and research the companies on both platforms. I'm going to show you how to use Corporate Grand Line to search the jobs. One of the benefits of being on eCareer Fairs from a search perspective is you could also winnow down by radius. But at the end of the day, again, the two key benefits are your resume is accessible both on Corporate Gray as well as on eCareer Fairs, and you can search jobs on both platforms. I'm going to be demonstrating on Corporate Grand Line basically three things: how to research the May 20th job fair companies, how to search and apply for their positions in advance, and how to use LinkedIn, how to find contacts, your contacts on LinkedIn at each of those companies, and explain why that's of benefit to you. On eCareer Fairs, I'm going to review the login process, getting to the May 20th job fair event lobby, previewing the company booths, and gaining information that hopefully you'll find helpful in that regard. I want to make the point that our full training is available, the full link to the full job fair training is here. You go to youtube.com/user/corporate gray videos. You'll see it's the second link. That's for our full training. That takes approximately 45 minutes. My training today is geared toward understanding the nuts and bolts and what I consider to be most critical in this regard. So if you'll give me a minute, I will now get us over to Corporate Gray. When you're on Corporate Gray, you want to click on View Attending Employers. And by the way, I'm assuming I've already logged in. So once you're logged in, then click on View Attending Employers. This is our virtual job fair page. And I preach basically three things when it comes to a virtual job fair. Number one is researching the companies. Number two is searching and applying for their positions in advance. And number three is using your LinkedIn connections at those companies. And I'm going to talk to all three of these now. The first is, as I said, researching the companies. So when you click on the company name, it's opening up their company profile. And this is a description, an overview of the company as provided to us, in this case, by Advanced Program Analytics. We provide a link to their website and a list of the first 10 jobs that they're offering on the right side of our page. Secondly, I'm going to bypass posted jobs for a moment, I want to go directly to LinkedIn connections. If you do not have a LinkedIn account, I strongly encourage you to create a free LinkedIn account at veterans.linkedin.com to get the free premium subscription for veterans. So again, that link is veterans.linkedin.com. If you don't have a free premium subscription, which is good for 1 year, I would encourage you to get it. When I clicked that LinkedIn button, it ran a people search, in this case for me. So when you click that LinkedIn button, it's running a people search for you, i.e. your LinkedIn connections will be different than mine. I think it's appropriate for you to reach out to other individuals, other people who are working for those companies to help you gather as much information as possible about what it's like working there. Ideally, it would be nice to talk to another veteran who's working at that company. In this case, you can see I don't have any first level connections, though I have many second level connections. So if, for example, I were interested in a data management position with this company, Cassandra Mitchell looks like an appropriate person for whom to meet that I could reach out to. I could either reach out to her directly by clicking the connect button and adding a note, or I could go through our mutual first level connection. In this case, we have a mutual first level connection in the way of Alexander Hassan. But again, ideally, what you're looking for are first level connections with other military veterans whose background is similar to yours. Next, I want to go through and show you how to search jobs specifically aligned with this event. So let's say, for example, that you're interested in Leidos. Leidos has 4,882 jobs posted on our site. When you click on Leidos, it's running a job search specifically for Leidos. Now let's say you're interested in cyber positions at Leidos. So when I do a search on Leidos for cyber, that reduced the number of jobs to 677. Now let's say I'm interested in cyber and program manager. So if I do a search on cyber and program manager, by the way, I want to make the point here that if you use Boolean operators and or ors, they need to be all capitalized. They need to be capitalized. So when I run a search on cyber and program manager, it reduces the number of jobs that Leidos has to 23. Since I'm in Virginia, I now want to winnow it further by searching for only those jobs in Virginia. I do another search. So these are 3 Leidos jobs that are for individuals with a cyber background who want to work as a program manager. At this point, again, it assumes you're logged in. Click on the View button. Here is the description of the program manager position that Leidos has for a cyber program manager in Reston, Virginia. And you should, of course, read through the profile, read through the job description. And if you feel that this job is appropriate based on your skills and experience, then what you want to do is click on the last link, which is the online application URL. That's going to bring you over to the company's website, in this case, Leidos, where you could apply for the position. The other recommendation I want to make here is you should grab all this information. Let's say you applied for that position. So copy and paste all of that information into either, for example, a Microsoft Word document or Notepad. Why do you want to do that? Because I am strongly recommending that you type up your justification as to why you think you're a good fit for the particular positions that you applied for, so that when the event begins, you're going to copy and paste key nuggets of information you've already typed up into the chat box so that you're maximizing your time. If I were in your shoes, I would type in my Word document or Notepad, I would type the company name, the job title, the job code, the job location, and what you need to discern from the additional information they provided are what you think they consider to be the three most critical requirements, candidate requirements for that position. So requirements A, B, and C. Then evaluate, review your military experience, your civilian experience, and extract from that how your skills and experience satisfy those three requirements. Type that up, as I said, into a Word or Microsoft Word or Notepad document. Save it so that when the event begins, you can easily copy and paste. You're going to tell that company recruiter, here is a particular position in which I am interested, and here's why I think I'm a good fit. So taking that upfront time to really evaluate their openings, and if it's a fit, search and apply for positions in advance. Now, let's say that you're 9 to 12 months out. You're not within that 60 to 90 day window. You may not want to apply at this point, but you still can search and understand those requirements. So when it's your turn to dialogue with that company recruiter, you can let them know this is the type of position in which I'm interested, and I'd like to know what I can do to better position myself between now and when I'm going to be available, let's say a year from now. It may be the case, for example, that they say, well, if you get certification XYZ, you're going to be in a better position otherwise. Maybe it's go getting your PMP certification, since this is a program manager opportunity. But again, whether or not you're within that 60 to 90 day window or a year or more out, again, do your homework, do that upfront research, identify opportunities that appear appropriate. Okay, here's another way that you can approach the searching and applying for positions in advance. We give you the ability to search companies' jobs across all the companies participating in that May 20th event. So when you click that box, now let's say I'm interested in logistics opportunities. So it's going to go out and look for all jobs across all the May 20th companies to have logistics. I do a search, and also that's for Virginia. So there are 177 logistics jobs that are being advertised by these companies in Virginia. You should, of course, select whatever states you're interested in. If you hold down the control key and do a left mouse click, you can select multiple states. So same deal, click the view button. If this position looks applicable, and you're going to vet it carefully. If it appears to be a good fit, click the online application URL and apply in advance. Another thing that you can do, if you don't want to search by keywords, you can also search by occupation. So, for example, if you're interested in counseling opportunities presented by these different companies, do a search. So there are 24 counseling jobs posted by these companies in Virginia. Again, you're going to select whatever state or states make sense. But the point I'm trying to make here is that by selecting that box and doing either a search by occupation or search by keyword, and really that's keywords, winnow it down, look for those particular opportunities that you think represent a strong fit based on skills and experience you bring to the table. Now I want to bring you over to eCareer Fairs. So what you want to do, and you can do this now on eCareer Fairs, you're going to want to log in using your eCareer Fairs account. I'm going to log in using one of my colleagues' accounts. Once you're logged in, find the May 20th event. It's the May 20th event, and you'll see these three dots. When you hover over those three dots, the third icon in its label is Event Lobby. So at this point, enter into the event lobby. Now this is a preview of the lobby, right? This isn't, it'll start for real on 11 a.m. on Friday, May 20th. But here's what you should be doing at this point, in my opinion. Let's say you're interested in SAIC. So preview the company booth. Now, you can take those 4 names of the recruiters who've signed up to participate for SAIC, go back to LinkedIn, and get information about those 4 recruiters. You may also want to connect with them. Let them know that you're going to be participating in next Friday's virtual military friendly job fair through Corporate Gray, and that SAIC is a company of interest. I want to make the point here that once the event begins, you'll have a choice. You could either enter the conversation queue of a particular recruiter, or you can ask a general question. If you're going to ask a general question, that general question should be truly general in nature. If you want to get the, and too often, let me say this, is that too often we've seen job seekers say, I've got X number of years in the Army or Navy or Air Force. I'm interested in a cyber type position in Mississippi. What do you have for me? Folks, I'm here to tell you that's not an ideal approach, because they're simply going to say, you've got to go back, look for jobs, cyber jobs in Mississippi. Let me know which one you're interested in, then let's chat, right? So that's why I am strongly suggesting that the best way to approach, frankly, not just our job fair, but any virtual job fair, is to do that upfront homework, identify opportunities that you think are a good fit, justify that, take the time, write it up, research the companies, right? So you're also going to be, you've got to do your due diligence, you've got to do your homework, reach out to people that you know working for that company. Again, ask for as much insight and advice as you can. And you know what? You reach out to one of your contacts, in this case at SAIC, they may know about a particular job that's going to be becoming open because one of their colleagues is getting ready to retire or leave SAIC. So the ability to network with other veterans, other people that you know who are working for those companies, doing that in advance, I would submit to you is really helpful. Okay, so let's come back to the event lobby. Other things that you can do. If you click on the jobs icon, that's going to do it's going to be a link back to their jobs on Corporate Gray. In some instances, they will have also posted some hot jobs. So that's why I'm suggesting do your job search anyhow on Corporate Gray, because we have the jobs posted there, and we really key it up for you so that you can be easily identifying opportunities that you think are a good fit. In addition, you will see in some instances, such as at Leidos, they've uploaded a video that talks, it's a corporate video. You might want to watch that. If a company has documents that they've uploaded, they're sharing those documents with you so that you'll download those and get as much information as you possibly can about those companies. So please note also that there are 2 pages of information. Well, I guess there's 1 page at this point, but if there are 2 pages, you're going to see page 1 and page 2. So if more companies register, you're going to see a second page as well. So again, log into your eCareerFairs account, traverse through this, to the May 20th event, come in, do your homework, and obviously you're going to do the same thing once the event begins on May 20th. That's where you're going to want to go. And again, from a Corporate Gray perspective, once you're logged in, view those attending employers, research the companies, search and apply for their jobs as I have just described, and use your LinkedIn network contacts. At this point, I would like to ask if anyone else, if any of you have questions for me, please put them into the chat box and I will respond. But again, I want to emphasize that our full training is shown here at youtube.com/user/corporate gray videos. Once you're on that web page, it's the second link. The full training goes a full 45 minutes. What I'm trying to show you this today is the importance of searching and applying for those positions in advance, reaching out to your LinkedIn connections, asking for their assistance. You may also, when you've got those LinkedIn contacts, especially if they had a similar background to you in the military or in the civilian work world, you may also ask them for insights about what the different positions pay. So I think one of the key challenges that especially transitioning service members face, actually, the two key challenges is how do my skills and experience map to civilian occupations, and what's a reasonable salary for me? And I would submit to you that the best way to get answers to those two questions is to use your LinkedIn contacts. Initiate as many informational interviews as you possibly can. So I'm going to stop at this point. I wish you much success for the next Friday's event. I hope you find this brief training webinar helpful. Again, if you have any questions that surface, that pop, that you didn't ask, you want to, feel free just to send a note to me at carl@corporategray.com, and I will be as responsive as I can. We will be sending out the job fair employer directory a little bit later this afternoon. So I want to recap to you the ways that we can help you in terms of your search and in the context of this virtual event. You've got the virtual job fair guide. So I sent you the virtual job fair guide that leads you step by step through that job search process through our virtual job fairs. You're also going to get the employer directory for this event, and this is what it looks like. So it'll give you, again, a synopsis of each company along with a link. But again, that information, frankly, is accessible through the webpage, the virtual job fair page that I showed you. Again, can't stress enough the importance of using your LinkedIn contacts. And if you have not upgraded your LinkedIn account, go to veterans.linkedin.com. I'm going to stop here. Again, thank you very much, folks. I wish you all the best. It's our goal to be of service to you in your job search. Anything that we can do, please send me a note at carl@corporategray.com. We'd be happy to help you. Have a nice day.